The year was 479 BCE, and the dust of Greece still carried the memory of Salamis, where the Persian fleet had been shattered. But the war was far from over, for Xerxes had retreated to Asia, leaving behind a massive army under the command of Mardonius, a seasoned general determined to crush the Greeks and secure the great king's dominion. Athens lay once more in ruins, its people again evacuated, and the Persian host, reinforced by allies from Boeotia, Thessaly, and Macedon, marched into central Greece to lure the Hellenic forces into battle. The Greek alliance, though strained by rivalries, finally gathered a truly unified army. The largest coalition of city-states yet seen, nearly 100. Zero hoplites and light troops from Sparta, Athens, Corinth, Megara, Aegina, and more, commanded overall by the Spartan regent Pausanias, nephew of Leonidas. Their enemy was formidable, perhaps 120, null strong. With Persian cavalry, archers, and infantry from across the empire, all arrayed on the plains near the city of Platae in Boeotia, where fertile fields and open ground offered a perfect stage for decisive battle. For days, the two armies faced one another across the Asopus River, neither side willing to commit. Persian cavalry harassing Greek supply lines, cutting off water and food, pressing the allies into a perilous situation, until hunger and thirst forced the Greeks to attempt a night withdrawal toward more secure ground. But in the confusion, units became separated, and Mardonius, believing the Greeks to be in full retreat, launched a premature attack at dawn. The Spartans, initially isolated, formed their phalanx in grim silence as waves of Persian infantry and cavalry thundered toward them, arrows raining down in dark clouds, yet their bronze shields and discipline held firm. And Pausanias, though under immense pressure, refused to break, waiting desperately for omens of sacrifice to turn favorable, until at last the signal came and the Spartans advanced in perfect formation, spears leveled, crashing into the Persians with the weight of steel and resolve. Their heavy armor and close ranks overwhelming the lighter troops of Asia, driving them back step by bloody step. Mardonius himself, clad in white armor, fought among his men, but he was struck down and killed. And with his fall, the Persian army's courage collapsed, their lines unraveling in panic as the Athenians and other allies, now regrouped, surged forward on the flanks, cutting down the retreating enemy, pursuing them across the plain. What followed was slaughter. Tens of thousands of Persians fell, their camp was stormed, and immense spoils seized, including gold, silver, and silken tents, symbols of imperial luxury now scattered in the dust of defeat. The Greeks, by contrast, lost far fewer, though the struggle had been fierce and the victory hard-won. And as the field quieted, the realization dawned that this was no mere skirmish, but the decisive end of the Persian invasion. Platae secured the freedom of Greece, for with the great host destroyed, Persia could never again project such force into the heart of Hellas. And though Athens would rise to rebuild its city and Sparta would claim honor for its leadership, together they had struck a blow that echoed through centuries. At Delphi, a tithe of the spoils was dedicated to Apollo, and across the city-states, monuments and songs commemorated the courage of that day, when men from rival lands fought side by side to preserve their homes and their way of life. If Marathon had shown that Persia could be resisted, and Thermopylae had proved that courage could endure against impossible odds, and Salamis had turned the tide with daring at sea, then Plataea was the final stroke, the great land battle where the might of the empire broke upon the stubborn wall of Greek unity, and freedom was secured not by chance, but by blood, discipline, and resolve. Thus, on that wide plain beneath the Boeotian sun, the war for Greece ended, and in its ending the stage was set for an age of philosophy, art, and politics that would shape the destiny of the Western world. For it was at Plataea that the Persian dream of conquering Europe was buried, and it was at Plataea that the Greeks proved once and for all that their courage was greater than any empire's reach.